Students, today we will read about the internal structure of human heart. As we people are studying about circulation, the circulatory system, it is also known as transportation. We will read about the internal structure of human heart. We know that heart is a pumping machine. Heart is a pumping machine which pumps the blood from one part of the body to the another, from heart to the different parts of the body through the aorta. Here, as I have explained to you in the last video, that heart is somewhat pear in shape. What is the shape of the heart? Like a pear. If we see the outline of the heart, it is triangular in shape. Triangle, looks like a triangle. The posterior part is the posterior means the downside is narrower. The anterior part, the upside part is wider. Here the heart is divided into 4 chambers. Firstly, the heart is divided into 2 parts, the left part and the right part. After that, after division between left part and right part, again the heart is divided into 4 parts: left auricle, right auricle, left ventricle, right ventricle. So this chamber or these parts are called grooves. Grooves. Here I will give you some tricks. Heart, artery carries blood from away from the heart. We can write in a simple way: away from the heart. So which type of blood the artery is carrying? Oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means the blood which carries oxygen, the blood in which oxygen is mixed is called the oxygenated blood. This is always in one way passes. Now the blood from the heart has reached to the feet. Now how this blood will again come back to the heart, to the lungs? Then it will come through the veins. Blood back to the heart. Back to heart. Okay. This is something you have to read, you have to learn. Here, one more thing. If we compare the size of the left side of the heart and the right side of the heart, then we will see that the left side of the heart is smaller in comparison to the right one. The left side of the heart, left side of the atrium, also we can say, of the heart is smaller than the right one. Okay. The heart is divided into 2 parts, the right part and the left part, as I said earlier. Then there is a wall, in between there is a wall which divides the heart into 2 parts, left and right. Then this wall is called the septum or septa. I will do the diagram and I will explain you in detail. Okay. Now we will proceed for the diagram. It was just an overview. Now we will read in detail about our human heart. It is somewhat being safe. This is the wall. So this is the rough diagram of the human heart. This is the right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle. This is a membrane wall structure. It is a double membrane wall structure which protects the heart. That is the pericardium. Between the membranes, there is fluid-like structure. Fluid, it is filled with fluid, which is called pericardial fluid. Pericardial fluid, which protects the heart from external shock. This is the tricuspid valve. This one is the bicuspid valve. Pulmonary artery. vena cava, pulmonary arteries, right side, this is the arteries, this is the inferior vena cava, so these are the different parts of the human heart. So starting from the very beginning, we will, these are the arteries which goes to the arteries goes to arm, and this artery will go to head, so these are the different parts of the human heart. Starting from the very beginning, again we will recall that human heart is somewhat a size of a closed fist, this much only. It is in the middle of the heart, it is in the middle between the right lungs and left lungs, but the aorta is tilted left side, so we say that heart is somewhat left side in our body. It is situated on a dome-shaped structure. It is situated on a dome-shaped structure which is called the diaphragm, which supports the heart to be fixed in a particular place. The heart is covered by bony box that is called rib cage. Rib cage protects the heart from external shock. The heart is somewhat, it looks like a pear, a fruit you have seen, like a pear. It looks like a pear. It is a pumping machine. It pumps the blood from the heart to the different parts of the body, and the blood carries oxygen and supplies oxygen to the different cells and tissues for the further growth and repairment. Then it somewhat, if you see the outline, it is somewhat looks like a triangle, so we call it is triangular. The posterior part, the up part, the posterior part, the posterior means the down part, is somewhat narrower, and the anterior part is somewhat wider in shape. The heart is divided into 4 chambers, and this chambers is called grooves. The chamber is called grooves. So the division of groove is done by a wall that is called septa. That is called septa or septum. The arteries, the wall of the ventricles is much more thicker than the walls of the arteries. Everywhere there is a valve which opens, and the flow of the blood takes place from one part of the heart to the another part of the heart. Suppose the blood has to go into the from the right auricle to the right ventricle. Then here the tricuspid valve or the semilunar valve will open, and the blood will go into the right ventricle. In the same way, in every part there is a valve. Now, the walls of the ventricles is much more thicker in comparison to that of the arteria. The right side of the heart is little bigger than larger than in comparison to the left side. In the heart, in the walls we have coronary arteries which help in the blood vessel which is found in the walls of the heart is the coronary vessel, which supplies the blood to the muscles of the heart. The walls of the ventricle is much more thicker in comparison to the wall of the atria, or the arterial wall we can say. The rigid blood vessels are called the atrium. The rigid blood vessels are called the arteries, which originate from the heart and supplies blood to the various parts of the body. And the larger artery in the human body is the aorta. Aorta. The function of the artery, as I said earlier, the function of the artery is to carry blood and oxygen from the heart to the different parts of the body. And relatively, in the same way, smaller one is the pulmonary artery. The largest one is the aorta, and the smallest one is the pulmonary artery, which carries the blood from heart to the lungs. The pulmonary artery is the smallest one, which carries the blood from heart to the lungs. Aorta is the biggest one, which carries the blood from heart to the different parts of the body. Now from different parts of the body, the heart will again come back through the veins to the heart, and now from heart to the lungs it will be carried by the pulmonary arteries. The less rigid one where the less rigid vessel in the heart is the veins, which carries the blood from body to the heart. Here we got one trick. Aorta will carry to the body. Now from body it will be carried by veins, where again back to the heart. Now pulmonary artery will carry it from heart to the lungs. Now the veins, which is found in the anterior end of the right atrium, is the superior vena cava, which brings blood from the upper part of the heart, means the part of the body which is present above the heart. It brings blood from the head, from the neck, from the shoulder. And in the same way, in the posterior part we have another inferior vena cava, which brings blood from different parts of the body just below the heart. It brings the blood back to the heart. Inferior vena cava brings blood from the lower part of the body to the heart, and superior vena cava brings blood from the different upper part of the body to the heart. The veins, which is, and now from the upper part of the left ventricle, there arises a big thick blood vessel that is called the aorta, and it supplies oxygenated blood to the different parts of the body. In the same way, arteries brings back the blood from the different parts of the body in which there is a deficiency of oxygen. Hence, it is known as deoxygenated bloods. Okay, this much. Again, we will discuss another topic. This we have done about the internal structure of the heart. Now we will read something more. This was about the heart. Here you got two words, oxygenated and deoxygenated. Oxygenated blood means the blood in which oxygen is present. This oxygen is mixed in the lungs. So when the oxygen mixes with the blood in the lungs, then this blood through the aorta is transferred to the different parts of the body, and in the different parts of the body, the cells and tissues absorb the oxygen. As the cells and tissues absorb the oxygen, and this deoxygenated blood, there is deficiency of oxygen, again comes back to the heart. Then through what? Through veins, through the aorta. Small blood vessels comes out, that is called arteries. Carries the blood from the heart to the body. Now from body, this blood is again coming back to the heart through veins. I'll give you example in your daily life. You will understand very well. In your house, you have tank, water tank. Water tank you have. Suppose this is your heart. What is the function of the water tank to supply water to the different parts in your house. Suppose it is going in kitchen, washroom, garden, in different place. The water is going through what? Through a pipe. Now when this water will go downside, then it will not come up again. There is only one way passes. Now from suppose you are taking water from the boring. Now from the boring, this water will again come to the tank, and from the tank again it will be supplied. So suppose this is our body. The blood is going to hand, head, neck, chest, different parts. Then through arteries. Now this blood is again coming back to our heart through veins. That means arteries carries blood away from the heart, and veins brings blood back to the heart. There is always one way passage, and when the blood goes from upside, from heart to the different parts of the body, the blood cannot come up again with the same arteries, because there is a valve. It is guarded by a valve. It will come up again in our heart, but by a different vein, different medium, that is called veins. Now the rate of flow of blood from arteries from heart to the body is called diastolic. We will read about little bit about the flow of blood. Here, as I said, when the blood is moving from your heart to the different parts of the body, it is called systolic phase. Systolic. And when it through arteries it is going, and when this blood is again coming back to the heart, it is called diastolic phase. Then systolic pressure is always 120 and diastolic is 80 mm per hg. It is your blood pressure. What is the normal blood pressure of a human being? It is 120 by 80 mm per hg. 120 by 80 mm per hg. Suppose this rate is increasing. It is becoming 140 by 90 or 110 by 70, and this is a high blood pressure, high BP, and this is the low BP. Okay, so it should be normal, 120 by 80. Now we will read about blood pressures little bit. Now we will read about blood pressures. It is of three types: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries, veins, and capillaries. So we will discuss here. Blood vessels is of three types. We will discuss here. Arteries carries oxygenated blood, except pulmonary artery. Blood veins carries deoxygenated blood, except pulmonary veins. Capillaries carries both. Arteries carries oxygenated blood from the heart. Narrow lumen. Narrow lumen. Wider lumen. Here, single cell. Blood flows at a very high speed, very high pressure. Blood flows smoothly. Here both. So these are the functions of arteries and veins. If we draw the diagram, this part is tunica externa, tunica media, tunica interna, and this part is the lumen. It is having the same part. It is also made up of 3 layers. This one is the lumen, this one is the tunica externa, this one is the media, and this one is the interna. Here the lumen is smaller. Here the lumen is smaller, narrower. Here it is wider. And this, if you see about the capillaries, it is single cell. It is single cell. So these are the different parts of the blood vessels. Blood vessels are the fine tube-like structure which is carrying blood from the heart and back to the vein, back to the body again. Blood vessels were further divided into 3 parts: arteries, veins, and capillaries. For today, this much only. Make the notes, write it clearly, do the diagram properly, and in the next video, we will read in detail about blood vessels and blood circulation. Till today, this much only. Thank you.